Okay guys, I'm here with a stack of books. We are going to be doing recommendations for the 2026 Read Your Bookshelf Challenge. Finally this year I decided to do a whole recommendations video instead of trying to do it throughout the year. If you guys need more suggestions, let me know in the comments, but we're gonna go through all 12 prompts and I have a stack of books. Try not to knock them all over for all of the prompts. Let me put these down and then we'll get into it. So if you missed my announcement video, I will have that linked. It has all the information on the prompts, which I kind of will go over, but as well as the $100 giveaway and all that stuff. Definitely make sure that you watch that video. Here I will be going briefly over the prompts and telling you at least 2 book recommendations for each month. The plan is to, except I heard that, which month is it? June? June's month seems to be the one that people think they will struggle with the most. So I have some extra recommendations for June. And as I started going through the prompts, I started to see that, I wonder if I can challenge myself to pick an Agatha Christie book for each prompt. So I'm going to be sharing one Agatha Christie book for each month, each prompt, as well as one non-Agatha Christie book. When you're struggling, just turn to Agatha Christie. She's got you covered. The Read Your Bookshelf Challenge does not need to be books from your own bookshelf. You can use the library. You can use a friend's shelf. I don't police this. It started out as a way for me to try to get some of my unread books read, and I know a lot of people joining in. That's their goal too. It, however, does not solve the problem of books accumulating. Somehow doing this challenge seems to add books to the shelves. I don't think it's the challenge's fault necessarily. It's just the more time a person spends reading and spending time with readers, the more one accumulates more books. I just want you guys to know this isn't going to solve your TBR problems. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get into all the recommendations here. January, the title needs to include an article, so and the. For Agatha Christie, there was tons that could have worked for this, but I chose A Murder is Announced. We've got right there in the first word, not much to it. This is one of my favorite Agatha Christie. I have a whole video, a couple videos talking about my favorites, as well as trying to solve a bunch of them, so this one's definitely a good pick. Then if we want to use the word The Light Between Worlds by Laura Weymouth. This is such a good book. This is like historical fantasy. It's kind of Narnia-esque, where we follow these kids into a fantasy world in, I think it was World War II as well. Like they kind of just like Narnia, except one of them feels like that's where she should be. They are now older and kind of trying to fit into life. But one of them really struggles with it. So we flip back and forth between kind of like present day with them, a bit after the war, and back to when they were in this fantasy world. I've never read a book that has dealt with depression so well, so definitely recommend it. February, we're doing 3 or more objects on the cover. I found this one to be quite hard, honestly, but I got some recommendations for you. A Pocket Full of Rye by Agatha Christie. So on here we've got some rye, we've got a little biscuit, we've got a napkin, we've got some tea, and it looks like it's poisoned there. And this is a Miss Marple. And this one has a lot to do with nursery rhymes. It's Agatha Christie, always recommend. And then the other one that I chose for this is Ballet Shoes by Noel Streatfeild. Since I just recently watched You've Got Mail, I've got Noel Streatfeild on my mind, and this is the one that Kathleen Kelly recommends. No, she recommends skating shoes. She recommends skating shoes? I have that one as well. I love these gorgeous covers. So we've got the ballet shoes on this one, we've got a teacup, we've got a dress, we've got flowers, we've got lipstick, we've got a teapot, we've got a comb. Definitely more than 3 items on the cover, so it definitely works. We've got chocolates on the back. I'm trying to collect this series in these books. In this edition, I have ballet shoes and skating shoes in this edition, and keeping my eye out for the others. March is a weapon on the cover, and neither of these ones that I have chosen have like an obvious weapon. I figured you guys could figure those ones out on your own. My Agatha Christie book, I chose 450 from Paddington because in this series, this particular edition, these Miss Marple books, they have a poisonous plant on the cover. Now this doesn't have anything to do with the book, but I mean, it is a weapon. A poisonous plant is a weapon. So it's not the murder weapon in this book, but helping you think outside the box a little. The other one I don't actually own, but in the summer I read and really enjoyed Half a Soul, and it has scissors on the cover. And scissors definitely could be used as a weapon, but like in the book they actually are, and it's a big part of the story. So scissors, definitely a weapon. But yeah, you can do anything, like any kind of sword, knife, dagger type thing, gun. All the obvious ones obviously work as well. Okay, April, we are doing The Title Includes a Conjunction, and, but, for, so, not, yet, if, etc. So for Agatha Christie, I have N or M. This is one of the Tommy and Tuppence books. This is number 3. Definitely recommend reading the Tommy and Tuppence books in order. But this is probably the hardest prompt for the Agatha Christie books that I had read on my shelf. I did not go through my unread ones. These are just ones that I've read. But I love Tommy and Tuppence. I guess this one's not really a conjunction. I'm just noticing now that I chose If I Run, but it's not, the if is not being a conjunction in this sentence. It's not really a sentence. Am I going to police it that much? I'm not sure. Try to make it a word that's actually joining two parts of the sentence together, I guess. But if you can't, just use a word that's normally a conjunction and I'll count it. I mean, I definitely have flexibility in my challenge, especially if you're reading from your own bookshelves. Sometimes you gotta try to figure out how to make them work. This is the first book in a suspense series that I just like devoured and read really quickly. If you're gonna start this one, have the next 2 books ready to go. Where are we at next? May includes a place. So some kind of place in the title. I guess it could also be a place in, like, on the cover, like a photo, but I've got At Bertram's Hotel. So a hotel is a place, Bertram's Hotel is a place. I feel like this was one of my first Agatha Christie's. Not my very first, I remember my first few, but like one of the first 5-ish that I read. And a bookstore is always a great place. What if we met in a bookstore? This is a portal fantasy story where the bookstore is the portal, so that's fun. This would definitely work for objects on the cover as well. It's got so many different things on the cover, and it's got books on the cover. There's a bookish prompt coming up, but we've got books, we've got a key, mushrooms, flowers, tea, an owl, a cat, a fish. I do not remember how that played into the story, but this would definitely work for a few of the prompts, but each prompt needs to have a different book. So you can't just go and use this one for like 3 of the prompts. You need a different book for each prompt. Okay, then we are on to June, which is the one that people thought they would struggle with the most based on the comments I got, and that is a title that is 5 or more words. So I've got a few extras here, but first of all, And Then There Were None has 5 words. Definitely, probably her most well-known book. I just reread it this year, had so much fun trying to solve it, totally forgot how it went. I have a video trying to solve it. Good time, good time. Then any Jamie Jo Wright, almost any Jamie Jo Wright has 5 or more words. The Premonition at Wither's Farm is one that I enjoyed. It's very creepy, it's very like fall feeling. When are we reading this? This is June. If you want some autumnal vibes in June, this one would be great, but a lot of her books have 5 or more words in the title. I'm trying to see if there's like a list here, so I could just shoot them up. Yeah, The House on Foster Hill, The Reckoning at Gossamer Pond, The Curse of Misty Wayfair. Oh, that one there's only 4 words. The Haunting at Bonventure Circus, On the Cliffs of Foxglove Manor, The Souls of Lost Lake, The Premonition at Wither's Farm. So only Echoes Among the Stones has 4 words, and then she's got a couple that were published after this, but Echoes Among the Stones is my least favorite. So apparently the key for her books is to have at least 5 or more words in the title. If you need a couple other suggestions, I just started the series that Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone is the first book, so that's got a bunch of words. And I could not find my copy of And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. It should be on my shelf somewhere, but I could not find it. That one is a very short book. I think it has under 100 pages. Would be a quick read, but prepare for tears. So there's some extra recommendations for that prompt. And then also Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. The other books in that series also have lots of words in the title. Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. Everyone This Christmas Has Killed Someone. And then going to be published by this time will be the newest one, which is Everyone in This Bank is a Thief, I think is the new one. So there's lots of ideas. July has a map. So I had to Google which Agatha Christie books have maps. And one of them is Murder in Mesopotamia. Another one would be The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Both of them don't have a map right in the beginning. Murder in Mesopotamia is on page 23 of mine. It's got a floor plan, which definitely counts as a map. And The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which is one of my top Agatha Christie. It does have a floor plan as well, and it's a little bit farther into the book, but definitely that one counts. And then I pulled off my shelf Where Darkness Dwells. This is such a beautiful book. I just want to highlight the fact that the first page of each chapter is black, which works really well for the theme of the book, but it has a map in it. This is a fantasy world where everything is dark in the city where these people are. And I feel like the formatting of the book just goes so well with it. Really enjoyed that. August, we're doing a water word. Or water. It can be on the cover, it can be in the title. Obviously, I had to choose Death on the Nile. The Nile is a river. We've got water on the cover. That one definitely checks a box pretty easily. I also wanted to do Ruta Sepetys' Salt to the Sea. This is a World War II. I think there's 4 timelines, if I remember correctly. We're following a bunch of teenagers in World War II. So good. Very, very well done. Also, the audiobook for this is fantastic. September, we're doing an animal. Well, for Agatha Christie, I chose The Pale Horse. This is actually a hotel. I think it's a hotel or a B&B or something like that in the book. But obviously it's got a horse on the cover. The Pale Horse is the title. Definitely works. And I got Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Bussey. I haven't read this book for a while, but this was one of the books that really got me back into reading and kind of gave me the push to start my booktube channel. So definitely love it for that purpose. I'm just checking, does this one have a map too? It does. So if you need another option for a map book, obviously fantasy are usually the ones that almost always have a map. October, we're going bookish. So for Agatha Christie, we've got The Body in the Library. And it's actually got books on the title as well. Library is definitely a bookish word, so that works. This is another Miss Marple mystery. Another one that I read really early, and I don't remember anything. I want to reread a bunch of hers, but I haven't even read them all through once. So it's a conundrum. What do I do? And then I wanted to showcase Book Love because it's about people that love books. This is by Debbie Tung. It's a comic book, really. It's not a graphic novel. It's not a continual story. It's kind of like an autobiography, an ode to books and her love for books. And if you are a big reader, you will feel very known throughout this book. On to the last 2 months. November, a vehicle on the cover. And I said if they are flying on dragons or something in your book, if some kind of animal is used as a transportation device, that counts. So I have Murder on the Orient Express. Had to choose that, Agatha Christie, because the whole book takes place on a train that gets stranded in the snow and there's a murder. So there's that one. And then I got Wolf by Ryan Grodin because the character on the cover here is riding a motorcycle, although the shadow is a wolf. Very interesting. This is a World War II science fiction book, fantasy science fiction. It's a duology. Really enjoyed it. And then for some reason I didn't bring my Agatha Christie for this December. December is True or False. And apparently I just left it on the shelf downstairs. Ordeal by Innocence I thought would work because innocent is like true or false, or you're trying to find out if someone is guilty. I felt like that one would work. And I don't remember that one at all. I have no idea what happened in that one. And the other book I decided to pick is Truth Cursed by Angie Dickinson. It's got the word truth in it. It doesn't have to be like true or false. Like it can be more like Ordeal by Innocence, where it's like, oh yeah, that has something to do with the idea of true or false. Like I said, I'm not policing this a ton. I mean, you have to like put some effort in, but I'm not gonna police it too much. This is about a girl that goes to a finishing school, but they also learn, so they learn music, dancing, etiquette, but also poison making, fencing, and lock picking, which sounds like a fun time. That is all for my recommendations. Those are all 12 prompts. That's at least 2 recommendations for each prompt. If you're stuck, apparently just turn to Agatha Christie. Turns out she can check all the boxes. I would love to hear if you guys have ideas of books that you plan on reading for the prompts. Which prompt did you find the hardest? I'm curious when it comes to me picking my books each month, which one I'm going to end up finding to be the hardest, because I might read the books that I thought I was going to read for those prompts earlier in the year. So I'll see as I go. I'm going to be sharing the books that I'm reading each month in my TBRs. And if I have not already, I will have a post on Substack with the printable. In January, I will, right at the beginning of January, I will go and I will put the giveaway information up there. I will be putting it on Storygraph. BOOKMAS just makes me a little bit behind, and so those little details get pushed off a little bit. But I'm guessing it's probably up by now. If not, it will be shortly. And I will put it into the description of this video with the link to the Substack and everything attached to it. So thanks for joining me for another reading challenge. I hope you guys have fun picking out your books and just have a great reading year.